ontological means to do with being, and distinction is something that makes a difference between something else, such that in making it, possibility is opened and generated. So an ontological distinction is a distinction that, by becoming aware of it, brings about a transformation in who your being, that life or some department of life, is. For example, an ontological distinction that most people would know would be the distinction of balance. There was a time when you couldn't ride a bicycle, and no matter how much somebody explained to you how it worked, it still wasn't possible. Then when you distinguished balance, then you were able to ride your bicycle from then on, and you didn't have to keep redistinguishing it. Once you got it, it transformed who you were being, that life was in the domain of balance. There is also a distinction between definition and distinction. When you define something, you limit it, you define it, you create a parameter within which that thing exists, separate from other things. When you make a distinction, it's different. A distinction opens you up to possibility. When you distinguish this from that, then what that is it grows. For example, if you were to define rhythm, you would say rhythm is, the measured distance between beats, such that it generates a flow. So then you've got it, you nailed down that's what rhythm is. But if you distinguished rhythm, then it would open you up to a whole way of being within the experience of dancing, the experience of playing. So here I'm going to create some distinctions. Distinctions, to me, are embodiments of clarity. Clarity allows us more access to life and understanding. So here's a couple. For example, if we were to distinguish in the realm of knowing, or understanding, in the realm of understanding, if we were to distinguish the difference between belief and knowledge, what it would bring us would be the possibility of experience. A belief is something that you hope will be true, whereas knowledge is something that comes out of experience. So belief is a mental act, whereas knowledge, in the sense of this ontological distinction, is an experience of being, such that you get the nature of something in a non-conceptual way. So there, the distinction between belief and knowledge. So then, for example, you have another one. If you just, in the realm of the future, if you were to distinguish hope from the generation of possibility in your relationship to the future, the difference would be that you would be at cause. Hope brings us, is great to have, don't lose it, as a last resort, but hope isn't creative. So hoping, I hope I win the lottery, but I mean, it wouldn't be my hope that made me win it. So there are two kinds of distinctions. One kind is the distinction that you get in terms of your understanding, and the other kind is the ontological distinction, that by getting it transforms you and who your being, that life is. And this transformation then stays with you. So, for example, in the realm of happiness, if we made the distinction between the happiness that comes from things that occur and the happiness that comes out of being, then the possibility that opens us up to is causeless joy in our lives. So by making these distinctions, then possibility is created for us to live into and to transform our lives. And in that way, the generation of distinction is one of the tools, and a very powerful and fun tool, for transformation.